Look at this, King of Pentacles, exactly. For a lot of you, there will be a partner actually showing up in your life. Look at this, King to the Queen of Pentacles, who will really elevate your status in the society. Like, on whatever level. It could be just a little bit where maybe this person finally, you know, shows up as a masculine partner who helps you while you don't have to work so hard. Or it could be quite literally, you know, they are of wealth, they are of status, and they help you to also get to that level of status and wealth. Look at this, the Empress, Four of Pentacles. It's quite literally like, as you align yourself with the right person. And hello Scorpios, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another tarot reading for January, including astrology. So which is your Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, so this is going to be for like first week, either first half or first week, we'll see based on the energy that comes up for January. So you're welcome to watch this, give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you're watching me still in December when I post this, there is a last sale in my Etsy shop. I'm not going to be doing sales in my Etsy anymore. So it's the last Etsy sale that we have. I don't know, honestly, if I'm going to be continuing also doing private readings 2024. So if you guys wanted to book something, do make sure to book now. There's packages, deals, different things. Even I'm taking one private one-on-one tarot student, one last time. This is it. No more Pinocchio Ella. And what else do I want to say? So yeah, there's packages. And yes, if you are still also watching me before January 7, you're welcome to join our 12 p.m. on January 7 at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our Scorpio special webinar, where we're going to go very much in depth into all the crazy astrology of 2024 and even peek into 2025 to prepare best. You can interact with me during this webinar. You can ask me questions, and it's going to be very, very in-depth. This is not your just stuff you find on YouTube, you know, or online. And of course, I'm going to be also looking into this in accordance with your chart to see also how specifically it activates your charts. So link to register is going to be in the description box. We still have space available, so hope to see you there. Anyway, guys, without any further ado, let's go into your January reading now. And yes, this is the notebook, you know, like the movie. This is not the theme, though, for January. I'm just needing to look into my notes for transits. So what's interesting in January is that we're going to have new moon of Capricorn. 20 degrees of Capricorn. It's going to be exactly square in the notes. It's going to be in a also loose conjunction with Pluto. Not exactly conjunct Pluto, but it's like within 10 degrees conjunct, so it still counts as conjunction. And I find this extremely interesting because, well, of course, for you guys, Pluto is a very important planet because it is your modern ruler. And I think for Scorpio especially, it's so important to see what Pluto is doing. Mars is your ancient ruler, yes, but I find Pluto extremely important for Scorpios, especially, you know, Scorpio generation that was born with Pluto in Scorpio, which is a lot of you guys. Like, I think, I don't know exactly like the age, like we do have like age, like pretty diverse age group that's watching this, but a lot of, I believe, people who are, I want to say in their late 20s to early 30s, even mid 30s maybe, do have Pluto in Scorpio. So for you guys, especially generation of Pluto and Scorpio, it's important, being a Scorpio, it's important to know what Pluto is doing. And I find it interesting that in January, we have this very interesting alignment where we're going to have a new moon in Capricorn on January 11th, which will be conjunct Pluto. And then what's not so typical as well is that we're going to have full moon in the sign of Leo on January 25th. 5 degrees Leos. That is also going to be conjunct, well, it's going to be opposite Pluto. So it's going to have an aspect of Pluto. Sun is going to be conjunct Pluto at that time. With Pluto, that now will be shifting sign, will already shifted sign by then into Aquarius. So it's interesting, like January is this very interesting month where I do feel like a lot of changes could be taking place in your life. The changes that you actually know that you want to experience, like, you know, it's time to change your life. You know that 2024 cannot be the same shit as 2023. Excuse my language. You know that, okay, I cannot anymore, right? Like, be stuck. So I think for a lot of you guys who are especially in that mindset and you really truly want to change your life, not just live, you know, whatever, making bare minimum, you know, like experiencing bare minimum in your life or whatever, just things you've outgrown. January is going to be this great starting moment to really align yourself, like to truly align yourself. And if you look into new moon in Capricorn on January 11th, you will see that new moon in the sign of Capricorn, which is your third house of communication, projects, skills, planning, people you work with. It's going to be exactly trining Uranus in Taurus, also at 20th degree, and also exactly squaring North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra. So this is interesting. Again, this is like, there is this faded, once again, we had in July, this very heavy energy, end of July 2023, where there was theme of crossroads, choices, faded things, a lot of negativity as well, which we had to confront at that time. But now it's like in January, with Uranus making the trine aspect to this new moon especially, it's like this is very faded change. And again, I think it's not so typical that you have in the same month, we're starting the year, we're starting also this very special year with new moon, once again, being conjunct Pluto. And then the full moon on the 25th, also conjunct Pluto, is just the new moon of Capricorn on the 11th of January. It's going to be conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. And then immediately after that, full moon is going to be opposite Pluto now in Aquarius, because January is the month when Pluto changes signs. So this is so interesting. Don't you think it's interesting? And I feel like for you especially, this is the month to really go for you. Oh, look at this. This card was, at the bottom of this coming up. But you are supported by the universe, and it's almost like you see with the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, you see through quote-unquote matrix, you see what's possible for you. You see, I was watching, I'm doing this Lord of the Rings marathon usually every like Christmas, New Year's, and I was rewatching the first part, which is like 4 hours long. Oh my God, those movies are so long. Where they were jumping through bridges, and bridges were like aligning, for Frodo to jump. So for you, a lot of things were kind of, I feel like, in complete chaos, maybe even as 2023 was ending. And I feel like as 2024 begins, if you take, so to say, universe, God, your guides by the hand and let them guide you through all these strange things, maybe even you are experiencing in life, you will be able, I feel like, to get through, something that was very complicated. Just do not allow, what I'm seeing here, do not allow what other people say, what other people do, what other people think, cloud your judgment or confuse you in any way, because this is the month where you need to have, with the Magician's Swords, confidence in yourself, confidence in your magic. And this is going to be also the month for a lot of you where you will transmute and transform some kind of pain. There is movement towards adventure. Actually, January could end up being a very adventurous and fun month. And for a lot of you, I'm seeing this with Jupiter being direct in Taurus, which is also on December 31st, I think. So January 1st, yes, already. Jupiter is direct in Taurus. And for a lot of you, it's like this is the moment where, especially if you felt like you were lost, you are getting back to integrity. You're getting back, I want to say, to prosperity. With Overflow card, there's a lot of prosperity that's going to start coming up in January, coming in January. You will be able, I feel like, to see beyond any present obstacles and open yourself up again to limitless possibility. Like, again, start thinking, listen, how come, I don't know, like, there are people who make so much more money than me, and there's so much more success than me. If I want this, this should be available to me as well. You will start, I feel like, opening up to that again. And especially if there's been anything, I feel like, false in your life, maybe you yourself were not so honest with yourself, you will be able to now have this breakthrough moment, really being intentional. I'm feeling like January is this very intentional month, both for the collective and especially for Scorpio, because if you think about it again, in January, your ruling planet Pluto is very active with both the new moon and then the full moon. So the entire month, it's very, very active. And then even your ancient ruler, Mars, is going to enter Capricorn in January. So this is all this energy in your third house, of communication, projects, new skills. You're planning even for the future. To me, third house is like this Three of Pentacles tarot, even though I think it's not traditionally associated with third house. I do think Three of Pentacles in tarot is this third house energy where you're planning, you're building, you're organizing, you're working with a team, right? So this is, I feel like, what the energy for January is astrologically. And then, it's interesting, it does build into February. We're not going to talk about February yet, but it does build into February, where we're going to have insanity, absolute insanity in Aquarius with Pluto. Mars conjunct Pluto, Venus conjunct Pluto, Venus conjunct Mars. new moon square in Uranus. If you want to learn about that, do join my webinar, because I am going to prepare all of you guys to everything that this, well, not everything, but to at least, some things that this year has in store. Now, anyway, let's take a look into your love life. So let's do this for the first half of the month. Let's see. So January 1st to 15th. So like we said, there is this new moon in Capricorn on January 11th in your 3rd house. This is the moment for a lot of you to really, this is a great time for you to set goals actually for yourself, and just to start planning, to start building, to start creating, especially if you're starting any kind of social media too, could be great time. It could be also just any kind of projects you're planning, teamwork. Short trips could be, I don't necessarily see long distance trips, but short trips like, to a town nearby, like to a state nearby, you know what I mean? Let's see. So first row, ooh, 3 of Swords, interesting. Let's see, 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. I see that you are letting go in January completely of all the nonsense that had to do with heartbreak, that had to do with you being confused, that had to do with you waiting, that had to do with you being neglected, that had to do with you being left out in the cold, that had to do with you just being in a shitty place. I feel like, your love to somebody might have been strong, but you know what? Your self-love is much stronger. No. In my opinion, that's how it should be. So whatever nonsense you've dealt with before, you have let go. This 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, and Strength. There is no more space for that energy. And I feel like as you define your boundaries very clearly and decide that there are certain things you're just not, this is it. It's never going to be your experience ever again. Like, it's true. Even if you have the worst freaking pattern ever, there is usually comes a time where you decide that this is never going to be your experience again. I mean, in life, we have countless stories of people who were very poor, and then one day, they hit the rock bottom and they said, I'm never going to be poor again, or I'm never going to, deal with X, Y, and Z situation again. And when you make that clear decision, declare it to the universe, I feel like this is where things start truly shift, if you yourself also stay loyal to this decision and do not entertain anything less. You know what I mean? Like it won't change just because, like if the universe, like let's just say, quote unquote, if the universe tests you, your own subconscious mind tests you and brings you against same situation, will you stand strong in your strength and say that, nah, I'm not entertaining that, or will you succumb? So I do feel like you're deciding that shitty relationship dynamics, anything that has to do with not having your needs met, anything that has to do with you being in a stuck position, you are never going to entertain this again. And I think this is how your month starts. You are truly in the space where you are honoring yourself. You're really honoring yourself and your future. You're healing here with Temperance card. And you are kind of like finding, I feel like, silver lining from whatever it is you experienced before. As Pluto also finishes his journey in Capricorn in your 3rd house, it's going to ingress one more time. But it, like in the secondary ingress of Mars into Aquarius and Mars completing its journey in Capricorn for you, there is something to say about that you have truly shifted. Like the way you think about things, the way you perceive things truly shifted. And with the 3 of Wands now, you're no longer also, I feel like, for a while you were letting something go, but at the same time you were going back and forth, maybe thinking about the situation, thinking how shitty some experience was for you, how you did not like the certain experience you had. And I feel like now you are not even entertaining that anymore. You're not even paying attention to this. Like you stop paying attention to whatever this heartbreak, whatever the disappointment was. And with the 3 of Wands, you're all about your future. The best way to get over something is to start focusing on something new. Start investing your energy and time in something new. And I feel like with the Queen of Swords, especially where your needs were not met, where you felt neglected, you are so past behind it, it's not even funny. You're way, like you elevated yourself way over the situation. Maybe some kind of situation was introduced in your life for the very last time to once again test whether you have learned lessons of self-love and boundaries. And I feel like this is it. With Queen of Swords, you have established some very strong boundaries with someone, and you're basically not going to mess around anymore. 7 of Swords clarifying the Hanged Man here, what I'm seeing here is that you understand that maybe even healing takes time, and you're really cherishing your projects. You're really cherishing what is it you're investing your energy and time with, and time into. So with the Six of Wands to Strength, you do have this victory. And I feel like for a lot of you, by the full moon in Leo on January 25th, you're going to see how everything in your life has already shifted. For some of you, you are not even going to have a recollection of whatever this past situation you've dealt with before was. Okay, so you're really, January is the month which shows you're onto better and bigger things. And you're not even bothered. I'm seeing that, in January, you are not even bothered by any stuff from the past, any stuff that you've dealt with before. You're not bothered. No, quite clearly, that's what I keep seeing. You are not bothered, couldn't be bothered. Now let's see what your love life looks like in January. Do watch my video. This is a very important video for the first half of 2024, where I talk about, strategy for your love life. Especially your love life, I feel like does require strategy. I mean, everything does, but your love life, especially in 2024, I feel like to make the best of the chances that are going on, 2024 requires strategy. So do watch that video. It's on my channel too. I'm gonna, if I don't forget, link it to this one. Let's see what you're dealing with in the first half of January. Ooh, first card, the Tower. Oh boy, what's going on? We have here the Magician, Ace of Pentacles. I feel like things will really shift and really move for you. Two of Wands. Three of Wands. We have Eight of Pentacles. We also have the Fool. I'm hearing an aha moment, a revelation. And we have here Five of Pentacles. Okay. Who are you dealing with? Show me the energy Scorpio is dealing with in the first half of January. King of Swords. Definitely there is someone. Nine of Wands. Watch my video. Well, for those of you only who want to, still revisit any past situations, watch my video. It says something like this person will be on their knees before you, because I'm seeing again people surrendering to you on their knees. Four of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles. You do have more than one option in January. I like that. Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and we have Eight of Wands. Bottom of the King of Cups. What I want to say to you, Scorpio, for January, first half of January, is that you have a lot of options. You will start seeing how, again, you if you were putting all your eggs in one basket, if you were projecting all your hopes, dreams, and wishes, so to say, on one person, and you felt like, oh, I met this person, they are so perfect for me, and I don't feel like I can ever meet anyone as good as them. Oh my God, they are my soulmate, twin flame, whatever the story may be. I just feel like in January, what's going to happen is suddenly you will start seeing a lot of attractive people. That energy where you don't see anyone you like, it just feels like there is literally no more men or women or whatever you're into. You just literally feel like there is no attractive people. And then out of nowhere, you didn't move, nothing changed, you're still in the same city, still in the same neighborhood, but out of nowhere, you start seeing a lot of attractive people around you, all over, in your cafe, in your building, in your gym, whatever into your workplace even. Suddenly you start seeing a lot of attractive people. It's almost like nothing changed, right? It's like not even much time passed. You're still in the same place, but suddenly you're starting to notice a lot of attractive people, and I feel like a lot of attractive people will start noticing you. That's what's very different in January. What you might have not realized is that as you had your tunnel vision on someone, you might have literally not seen all the other options that were around you. And I feel like what changes in January, you're looking at that other person you were into before, and you were like, what did I even find attractive in them? Like what? Because you will see like there are healthy, young, hopefully without any baggage, right? People, and there is plenty of them. I'm not saying all of them are going to be a great option for you, but I'm just saying that it's not like, for some of you, you treated someone in the past as that they were the only person in the world. I don't know if this favor was returned, probably not, if you're watching this video. And now I'm just getting that you will start meeting finding, attracting, manifesting a lot of very attractive people. And I feel like with the King of Cups to the Hierophant, there are people who are emotionally available. If you're watching this video, stop watching all this content about how all men are emotionally unavailable or how all men want this and that. Start focusing on the idea that there are a lot of great guys, great men around you, and you're attracting them. They're interested, they want to meet you, they are available. You are their type, whatever your affirmation needs to be, because I feel like there are a lot of people, there are a lot of potential options. Whether you see them or not is another question, but I do feel like in January you're going to start seeing them, Scorpio. And I feel like what's interesting about January, especially if we go back to your first row here, it starts with an epiphany. A Tower moment, in my opinion. I like Tower card, okay? Like, I know it's probably weird, but like as a true Scorpio, I love the Tower card. For me, there is nothing wrong with the Tower. The cards that I personally hate is all of this Eight of Swords, like all those stuck energies. To me, bring the Tower just as long as nothing is stuck. Like, I know my approach maybe is a little bit too much, but I embrace the Tower card energy. Like, because especially if you've been stuck, if you've been kind of in that energy of confusion and nothing was moving, oh, trust me, in January things are going to start moving. Things are going to start moving fast, and you better be ready. Because with the Tower, I'm seeing there's a change of perception, realization. It could also be a lot of your past manifestations, things you were manifesting in the past will suddenly show up. It's almost like you even forgot you were manifesting this, you even forgot you had it somewhere in your intention list or in your manifestation list, but suddenly it's all showing up. The question is whether you're still going to want some of these things or not. I don't know about that. You will see, depending on what shows up, obviously. With the Magician card, I feel like even if let's say some of your past manifestations are going to show up now, even if you're not going to want them, you're going to be like, I don't care about this guy anymore, or I don't care about that opportunity anymore. I already found the opportunity 10 times better. And that's not the point. The point is you're going to start believing in your manifestation abilities again with the Magician, in your power again. So it's not necessarily like something you've been previously manifesting. It's going to show up now, not necessarily, oh, you have to take it or you have to leave it. It's not about that. I feel like something is going to show up that's going to make you believe in your own strength and power again. That's what I'm seeing here with the Magician card. So you will be like, wow, I'm so strong, I'm so powerful. And again, there is this energy that I've seen in your previous videos, I think in December before too, where again, there was something that you knew was going to happen. You were predicting maybe this was to happen. You felt you had an awareness of this to happen, but everything on the in the physical world, in the 3D, was showing you the opposite. And you're like, I know, Scorpios, we do have like this strong, powerful intuition. You're like, I know that I could not be wrong about this. There's no way in hell I could be wrong about this. And I feel like especially something you were thinking about, something you were expecting, something you were manifesting, something you felt like was happening, and everyone was trying to convince you, no, you're wrong. You're going to see with the Magician card that you were right about something. Again, this is not new necessarily. I've seen this in December too, but bottom line here is that with the Magician card, you do feel like, with the Tower card, the old is gone. You can now create whatever it is you want. With the Ace of Pentacles to the Three of Wands, this is a beautiful combination. Like, look at these cards. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Fool. It's like there is so many opportunities that are opening up for you. Truly, January starts for you with like, okay, these are different projects I could do. I could reinvent myself. I could rebrand myself. These are different streams of income I could have. Honestly, like people in spiritual community, not all, but a lot of people like to hate on how all money is and everything, blah, blah. Honestly, when you have extra money, like, I'm not saying it solves all the problems, but it solves a lot of them. And I feel like there's a reason why sixth house, for example, in astrology, rules both health and your work, and your debts as well, or lack of thereof. There is a reason also why second house, right, for example, rules your income, but at the same time your self-worth, different possessions and valuable things you have. Because the more you can increase also, the quality of your life, the better things are. Again, happiness depends on many different things, but I feel like for you, the part of happiness basically that has to do with material things will greatly increase. You take it as it resonates, because I feel like with a full card, this is a new path opening up. And we have Two of Pentacles with Five of Pentacles. There is still maybe some stuff from the past you're juggling. Maybe you're helping. I'm seeing someone. I'm seeing that with South Node and Libra in the 12th house. You could be helping someone. There could be people who approach you to help them. And again, for you, it's about being balanced in this. Who do you truly want to help? Who do you truly want to be there for? If you have your own personal issues, this is also the time where you're going to be, again, you're very focused on finances and money. Some projects you're going to be starting, I'm seeing, also could become very lucrative and like could become very, like bring you a lot of abundance. So this will help you to resolve some kind of previous issues. In general, also 2024 is the universal number 8, which, Scorpio is the 8th sign. Pluto is also connected to number 8 too. So there's a lot of this energy where prosperity and abundance is available just in general to collective this year, right? Jupiter is in Taurus, finally direct. So we are going to have that opportunity to really increase our abundance. And of course, for Scorpio, also in second half 2024, Jupiter is going to enter your 8th house of other people's money, of like, the 8th house is a very important house when it comes to like, not just your paycheck to paycheck life, but in general also like those bigger things, like family legacy could even be like family money. So yeah, so January starts with you really being focused on that and also having a very different perspective, I feel like, of everything that's happening around you. Now, what's interesting is that a lot of people, like I said before, are going to be interested in you. You have here King of Swords with Nine of Wands, somebody who has Gemini, Aquarius, Libra in their chart. Doesn't have to be their sun sign. Somebody, once again, with Nine of Wands kind of on their knees, I want to say, being like, maybe this is what also is the Tower moment, because this person finally does show up and finally does, give you whatever it is you've been expecting them to give you. I don't know if you're going to accept this or not, to be honest. You might be actually very closed up to this person. For some of you, I feel like you will hear them out. You will hear what they have to say. What's the word, so to say? Because you see that they are offering you something with the Four of Pentacles, but come on, it's almost like, let me clarify this, hold on. Death card to the Knight of Cups. I feel like it's a desperate offer that they're giving you just so you don't get away, just so they don't lose you, I feel like, forever. Because, Scorpio, you're all in this energy, new year, new me. They want to speak the truth and hope that peace will come. What does it mean? I don't know. King of Wands. And, quite literally, since I started your video, like 4 people called me already. So, I'm not lying when I'm saying that for a lot of you who are open to this, there are going to be a lot of people who will be reaching out to you, who will be, who will be inviting you to places. Somehow there's just going to be more people around you. With the High Priestess, let me see, Page of Pentacles. Do look what's offered to you. Is this just the Four of Pentacles? Somebody is just giving you bare minimum? And Four of Pentacles is not bare minimum, but I'm just saying, is this really something you can work with? Is it something that you feel like, okay, this makes sense? Or do you just feel like it's not enough for you, whatever is being offered? Because see, like, we can all love each other once again, but like, can we actually move forward? Or are we going to be watching tarot readings for the rest of our lives? I hope not. I'd also want to move on to bigger and better things too. And with the Hangman to Three of Swords, there is someone who I'm seeing losing a lot of money. There is heartbreak, there is end of some kind of situation, and this person is trying to rebuild their life. I don't know who that is, but this is one of the options. I feel like this is a person from the past. A lot of you like, no, I don't even want to hear about this. So that's okay if you don't want to hear about this. I do feel like with the King of Pentacles to Seven of Pentacles, a very stable person, they don't have to be necessarily, I feel like there's something about them that's not your usual type. Now, this doesn't have to do with appearance, but maybe, let's just say you always date creative people, for example, and this person is like this lawyer, I don't know, some kind, like a finance person, I don't know, whatever. They might just have a bit of a difference about them. Maybe actually I'm seeing for some of you, you will be dating somebody from the same culture as you. And normally you always go for that exotic, different person. Like like you never, I'm hearing somebody here never dates a person of their own culture. You always want to go for somebody different. I feel like, again, in 2024, for some of you in January, there will be opportunity to meet someone who you will actually like, who is similar to you. I feel like, if I were you, I would take January as the month where if you're single, you just date more. And if you're not single, you are married, I guess. And if you're not married, you're single. I'm just kidding. But I feel like do look around with Knight of Cups to Eight of Wands. What's there? What's out there? Because I feel like there's going to be many very pleasant occasions, many pleasant conversations. Things are definitely moving. Six of Wands, you have this awareness that, listen, I am popular. People like me. Some of you did not date before, or you maybe were avoiding dating, or you were maybe very loyal to one person. And now as you're going back, kind of like as you're moving on, moving towards future, you're like, oh, actually, I'm way more desirable than I thought I was. For some of you, you have this fear of dating because you hear all these different stories, horror stories, about modern dating. But again, I feel like you might actually see again, if you approach it also in a smart way, strategically, you might actually find it's not as bad as you thought it was. I'm just seeing, like, for some of you here, okay? All right, so now what else do I want to see here? Show me more. What do we need to know about Scorpio's love life? There's definitely a lot of conversations, a lot of communications. What are they telling you about? But again, when it comes to these conversations, know your worth and your value. That's what I'm hearing. What are these conversations about? Ten of Cups. To be happy and to, I feel like, restart something, or to just be happy, to spend good time with each other. I'm seeing people are asking you out on dates, romantic dates. And I do feel like in January, you might actually find someone you very much will like. I would say be careful with intimacy. Like, don't go in that too fast. Again, you do you, but like, don't jump right into that necessarily, because you will have more options also. You want to kind of evaluate different people. And with the Eight of Cups, I do feel like, especially if there's been a toxic connection in your life, you're breaking that cycle. Bye-bye. Yeah. Like anything that has to do with lies, anything that has to do with being unstable, you're seeing your worth and your value with the Nine of Pentacles here to the Seven of Cups. You're seeing like, wow, I actually do have other options. There's other guys out there for me. With the Empress card to the World card, it's almost like finally you have arrived on seeing yourself properly. Like you finally see yourself in your full, I want to say, light. Like you fully appreciate yourself. You are no longer just trying to be good enough for someone or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. The Sun to the Seven of Wands. You protect yourself from anyone who, I feel like, doesn't come correctly towards you. And with the Sun to the Hierophant, this is Taurus. You might be meeting somebody who has Sun in Taurus. And also there's something here where a lot of like your love life finally gets almost like blessing with the Sun, with somebody who is very, I feel like, mature. They could have Libra and Scorpio in their chart. I'm sorry, I have to hide the star. And somebody who really, I feel like it's a good alignment. Anyway, we'll take this to the extended to see a little bit more. I do feel like as you're moving on, there's going to be some people very patty over this, so we'll see about that too. But we'll find out more for January and any other specific messages. Link to the extended is going to be down below. I love you all, guys. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Bye.